Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. Then we can come back and hear things.
Hey everyone, Jeanette here. I'm just going to go over the new Power of Three bonus so we can all kind of wrap our heads around it. Um, let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go over the new Power of Three bonus, not the old Power of Three bonus like we're all used to. And I'm actually excited because it gives us the ability to double what we're making, or earn a lot more. So for anyone that has their $50 bonus, the way that you now get your $50 bonus, that you have to have people on your front line that are on an LRP, and their total volume of the people on your front line with their on an LRP needs to be 500 PV. So it no longer needs to be 600. It does not count your own personal order anymore. And it also does not have to be people that order 100 PV. So if I have Sally,
So on here it says 400 personal
this
growth.
is different,
Okay.
but just keep it there.
Okay.
It's
Now
500.
I'll be confused by that, so I'm going to move it away from that. That was
Well, keep it there because I'm going to go to that next.
okay.
So
Sounds
go back to that, please. Thank you. So it's a total of 500 PV. So if I have Crystal, Lori, and Sally all on my front line, and they're each ordering $50, I don't have 500 PV, right? I have 150. If I also have Brittany, who ordered whatever, what's the difference of that? 350. If I have Brittany that ordered 350, now I have 500 PV. It does not include my PV anymore. So it's currently, or it's going to be, I'm sorry, it's going to be anyone on your front line on an LRP, and it has to be a total of 500 PV. That's how you'll now get your $50 bonus. And I thought they were rolling this out in April, but they may roll it out before that. So 500 PV, your own personal PV, your own personal order it no longer counts. Used to be 600, so now it's 500, so it's the same pretty much. Other than the benefit is now, if someone orders 98 PV, and those of us who have been doing this for a while, we all know how irritating that is. So you're like, if you just would have done $2 more. So anyway, it's now 500 PV on your front line. Then you get your $50 bonus. Okay, Brittany. So it used to be a total team volume right there you can see of 600. And your personal volume of 100, that's going away. Go down, Brittany.
I think for now though they're keeping this. So that
They are keeping this. What I'm explaining is going to roll out in likely April.
okay.
So go on down. I'm explaining the new way that's coming.
Yeah. Okay. So then there's this.
Oh, back up right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you can double that. If you have your $50 bonus come April, if you have enrolled a new person, put them on your front line. If that person or those people order over the next year, their LRP volume equals 400 PV, then your bonus gets doubled to $100 bonus. PV, the PGV is your own personal enrollments and the growth over the last year. So let's say I just enrolled Brittany yesterday. I'm sorry, I enrolled Brittany, let's say in December. And by April, she has ordered $400 on an LRP. And I have my $50 bonus. In April, I'll start to get my $100 bonus. Now, if I have my $250 bonus right here, and let's say I've enrolled Brittany and Sally, and they're total LRP volume is 800 PV by April, my bonus won't just be $250, it will be $500. Are you guys all with me still? No? Yes? Okay. Crystal, yes or no? Kind of, sorta. Do you have your $50 bonus, Crystal?
Think so.
No, okay. This will make way more sense when you get your $50 bonus. So definitely it'll make way more sense. But reach out to Lori if you want it explained again or ask me here.
Okay, thanks.
If you currently have your $1,500 bonus, Lara, I don't know if you do or not. I know Brittany does. I do. So let's just say Brittany has her $1,500 bonus right now, right? Every single month she gets a $1,500 bonus. The same thing with me every single month. Then let's just say both of us have enrolled 6 or 7 people over the last 5 or 6 months, and their total LRP volume is 1200 PV, which they didn't have it here, but it should be 1200 PV. Then we'll get an extra $250 bonus, so we'll make 1750 rather than our $1,500 bonus. Crystal, do you want me to go back to the $50 bonus?
No, it's making sense now that once you're doubling it, I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So for you, Crystal, once you get 5 or 6 people enrolled on your front line and they're on an LRP, as soon as that volume reaches 500 PV, then you'll get a $50 bonus. If you're enrolling people currently, right, and your LRP volume is going up, like let's say you're enrolling 1 or 2 people a month, pretty soon your LRP volume is going to be 400 for new enrollments, a month over month. So over the 12 of, the last 12 months, right? So this is always rolling into the new calendar each month. So over the last 12 months, now between last January, if you get to 400 points of personal enrollments, their LRP volume, you'll get a $100 bonus rather than a $50 bonus, just here.
Is that every month or is that
Every month.
Okay,
Every
okay.
month. Every month you can get that $50 bonus. So every month you can get the $100 bonus.
Okay,
And
got it.
every month you can start to get a $500 bonus and a $1,750 bonus.
Perfect. Got it.
So
Thank you.
this is really what I want you to work towards is your $100 bonus and then your $500 bonus.
Okay.
So you also are going to get your fast start as well, but to get your 100 and then your $500 bonus, that's huge in paying for your oils and paying for a lot of household products, with all of the extra points. So that's when it's like, oh, this is really working well. So let me just scroll down here. I don't know if I really want to move on from this. How are you guys all feeling with this? Lori, Lara, can you guys explain this back to me, or do you guys want me to go over it again?
I think I can. That actually made more sense to me than what was on when it was first presented. Just because I didn't necessarily understand that all the orders added up. I didn't catch. I mean, maybe I was a little overwhelmed by the time they got to this because they presented this at the end.
Yeah.
So maybe I was already full, but I didn't understand that my order doesn't count. But I think that totally takes the pressure off of new builders to put in big orders to try to get to that $50.
Yeah, it really does. And
That doesn't
also
make sense.
it's like, oh, you don't have to have 100 PV anymore for new people, right? They're LRP. So of course we still want to be enrolling people with 150 points because they get the free diffuser, which is nice. It's one of the major ways we use oils. But for us, it's like, oh, well, everyone doesn't have to have $100+ order. They can have 50, they can have 75, they can have 48. So
Yeah.
that's
And
really,
that's
really nice.
so much easier to sell the reward program because then it takes like, not that we have a bad motivation to do it, but it takes kind of that desperation out of
Mhm.
that where like I only really get paid if you do, like
Right,
in the back
right.
of
I
our
only get this one payment if you do that. Yeah. So,
yeah. Yeah.
of course, we still get our fast start bonus. So in the first 60 days, Crystal, and I don't know how much you know or not, but the first 60 days, when you enroll somebody and it's their first 60 days, you get 20% of anything they order. So that's also a nice little bonus, but that's currently the plan. That will stay the plan. So, but this is nice. I like this graph here. So, or this, whatever this is. So yeah, if you get 200, PV in personal growth volume in a month or 2 months or whatever, you don't get any boost at all, right? Nothing. You're still going to get your $50 bonus though. But once you reach 400 in new personal growth volume, then you're at 100, 400, then you get your 250 plus the extra 50. So now you're at 300. So this is a great one here. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna reiterate that for still right now, team volume, it still has to be 600 and your orders
Correct.
for it. Just
Yep.
for the next couple of months, and then they'll switch over to the other one. So
Yeah. And I believe they're switching over April is when the new switchover will happen. It could be March, it might be May, depending on technical stuff. So
yeah, so perfect, and like all of that stuff.
oh wait, go back down there. Okay, so they are starting at February and March then for at least the $50 bonus. So 50 or 250. So if anyone here has their 50 or 250, they are starting that February and March. So not for anyone that has their 1500, it doesn't look like, but they're starting out slower. So that's great.
Yeah, perfect.
So-
Yeah, I do like this, Laura, you made the point, like, then when you're getting your $50 bonus and you get that boost, that's
Mhm.
$100. So
That's right.
it pays for your order. You really are getting oils for free at that point, and that's fabulous and super exciting. So, of course, they went over a ton of other stuff, but we don't have to chat about all of this stuff.
Well, I know that the pomegranate cherry tastes amazing. So I know that. I know everyone loves that flavor. So if you've never tried that flavor of Metapower, I know it's like the desired flavor. So
I was just talking with a friend today, and she was like, "Can you tell them that the other kind's disgusting? I don't like it, but the cherry kind, keep that. I love it."
well, 2 years ago, we tasted a coconut one at the Balloon Presidential, and I'm still asking Rebecca Nix, where is that one? Because that one tasted so good. um, so
Yeah, I do. I
anyway,
love the pomegranate cherry. I'm used to the other flavor now, but I definitely prefer the pomegranate cherry. And it's just funny. So it's fun to be able to reach out to people about some of the new products that come out, or hey, they're here to stay kind of products. I reach out to a lot of customers with that kind of information, and then people are, oh yeah, I need to purchase. I want to buy anything. So we have just a couple minutes left, you guys. Are there any other questions about that, or are you guys having any struggles? Or I always love hearing successes, because it's like when we share those with each other, that sparks ideas for us, and we can just cheer each other on. So
I have a quick question about the new changes that are coming in April. So
Mhm.
even though our own personal order doesn't count anymore, we still need to do the 100 PV to qualify for commissions. Is
Correct.
that right?
Correct. Yeah, for your bonuses, you still need 100 to qualify.
Okay.
Yep.
okay, perfect. But yeah, it takes the pressure off of, then you're not having to put in a big order. Just do your 100, and then you can get them on other people. So that's a great question.
Any other questions?
Um,
Say that again, Brittany.
Oh, I just asked what successes have you guys had recently?
Well, I
Oh.
know Lori enrolled several people, so
Yeah, I just I can share. I love getting back into the joy of just sharing doTERRA without um like pressure and control and um yeah, so I'm finding it just fun sharing doTERRA again and just loving like when people like giving people those aha moments where they're like these oils don't work and you're like okay, well I mean then you have nothing to lose, so why don't you just try it and just get back to me, no problems. And then people are coming back and they're like yeah, so this changed but it wasn't the oils. And I was just like, oh, you think, like, oh, really? Well, what else did you do then? And then people were like, well, I mean, I used the oil. And so then I'm like, oh, so maybe the oil did help, right? And you know what I mean? It's just, I just am loving kind of blowing people's minds and just the simplicity of that, of like, hey, you're trying everything else. You might as well check this box off that you tried an oil.
Mhm.
And and you see what what you can do with that, and so I think that's fun. Seeing people healed is like a passion of mine, so um I just all these people are coming back and they're like it's gone, like it's gone, and I now feel normal again.
Oh,
And like those are the stories where you're like wow, we just steward this thing, like we're just like the messengers of this thing. And yeah, anyhow, so
that is awesome. Oh my goodness, Lori, that it makes me tear up, you guys. It really does because it's really, really exciting to be able to, yeah, start blowing people's minds here and help them have some shifts in their paradigm that the oils can be helpful, right? Um, well, I'll share a success. I recently joined, we homeschool our kids. We joined a new homeschooling co-op and I didn't know most of the people. And for Christmas, we had like an end of Christmas celebration and the kids could sell stuff. And I decided instead of selling oils, I was going to gift each of the ladies a little bottle of oil. And they were all so excited and grateful. And it opened up a lot of conversations of, um, that this is what I do as a business and helping even if some people had already been using doTERRA, okay, what oils let's troubleshoot and what else could you try? And I'm happy to do that even if they're not on my team. But we had all this Christmas break, came back, and today I got 2 new orders from people that said, oh, I need to get some oils from you. And I just think that it doesn't ever hurt to be generous with our time and in whatever capacity you can be. I know in the very beginning when I was just starting out, I didn't have excess oils that I could just gift to people, and so I would do little samples or whatever things. And I don't think it's necessarily about the amount or anything else. It's what is our intention with that and kind of our desire for that, if you will. And it's just wanted to help them and love on women that, homeschooling moms is kind of a thankless job, I'll be honest. So I wanted them to feel a little special, right? And I think that just it always comes back around. It's just amazing to me the way that happened. So that was exciting too. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, Brittany. And I can't believe your kids still say, Mom, thanks for homeschooling me.
My kids do. They really
Oh, I
do.
was like, I have that. I find that hard to believe, especially little Chloe.
Yeah, no, my kids are pretty good and they're very they're
Yeah,
really grateful that we homeschool. They love homeschooling. So
your kids are very cute kids. So, I mean, they are also related to me, so there's that too. Um, any other questions? No. Okay. I have something I want to share. I took Jackson in for an MRI today, and he was just not having it because they had to put him in the MRI machine, right? And then they actually had to put this helmet thing over his head. And one of the radiation technicians, she was like, "You smell really good." And I was like, you know what, just give me a second. Like just, he's not gonna lay down there. Just give me a second. So I went back to the locker area where, I put my purse and I took my watch off, and I put my phone in, and I just grabbed a bottle of adaptive. And I said, let me just put this on him really quick, because you can't have anything on, right? To go in to do the MRI. And they were kind of like, this isn't going to happen unless you go get him a drug and then come back at a different time, because he's not having it, right? So I just said, let me just try this really quick. And one of the nurses was like, okay. One of the technicians is like, okay. The other technician's like, well, we're not really supposed to let people have any sense or whatever. And the lady was like, yeah, but that other guy, he smelled so bad, like, BO, does that not even count? I mean, I kind of laughed because I smelled him as he was walking out, and I was dry heaving from the smell. So luckily he was at a different MRI machine than what Jackson was going into. So I put a little bit of adaptive, just on his wrists and in his fingers. And then I just kind of rubbed it in my hands and just let him smell it. And I asked him, I said, Jackson, I really need you to, just lay down here and let's put this helmet on. And I just helped him kind of get in after, signing away my life to go into this horrible radiation place, right? You guys have been back there. Well, Lori, I know you have been for sure. You have too, Crystal. So anyway, I'm back there, kind of putting him in. And I've never had an MRI of my brain, so I didn't know that you had to put this helmet on. I helped Jackson in saying like, oh, you're going to go on to this like rocket ship. It's going to be really great. And I was singing the little Einstein's rocket ship song. But I didn't know that they were going to have to do a helmet. But luckily, I chose a rocket ship, and I was like, Jackson, they got to put their helmets on, to go into outer space. So it ended up that he was moving around so much like the first time around. They had pulled him out, and then after I put the adaptive on, he settled down, he calmed down, and they were actually able to get a reading on him. So, and his MRI was a 20-minute session, a 10-minute session, and then another 10-minute session. It was a very long MRI. So it wasn't like a 20 or 30-minute one. It was like very, very long. So, in all of these different like segments. Anyway, so that was really cool. And two of the techs were like, what is that? Is that some sort of like a cream, like a narcotic cream? And I was like, it is not a narcotic cream. Because they're like, he needs Valium, or I can't remember what they told me to go have the doctor prescribe. But anyway, it totally worked. He calmed down, and they were able to get a good MRI reading on him. So, and I have all three of their phone numbers in my phone.
We need some of that.
And I'm challenging myself to enroll all three of them, and I'm pretty confident I can. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So that was my success, like for this. I mean, that's like the whole week that was successful for me. So I was able to show mainstream people, this young kid who's 23, he's like, I'm studying for my NCAP. So he's like, I want to be a doctor. And anyway, hopefully that experience stays with him. Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Well, if we don't have anything else,
Yeah, we'll end. We are over
we
time.
can, yeah.
Someone says, we need your testimonial in writing.
You know what? Whoever has this recording, we can just do that. What's that? Like AI, listen to my voice in AI and then just type it up or something, or I don't know what. You can just like text type things like hello, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, and then it just
Otter AI. Okay.
I don't know. I talk and text all the time. It's like, hey, how's it going? Blah 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 blah. And then it just says it all for you in your phone, right?
Yeah, the otter.ai will take like a video and then just transcribe it for you, and then it just populates it on your computer.
And this is why I love young people. But what is that called, Crystal?
Otter.ai. If it's
Otter,
still
like an ocean otter?
Yep. If it's still around anyway, that's what I used to use with my clients. They would make a video and then I would have to turn it into an article, but it was easier for me to just get their like exact Yeah, it's still a thing.
Mhm.
Like their exact words from the transcription thing to like copy and paste
Mhm.
their whatever they said instead of like just putting it in my own words. So that
Yeah.
one you just upload the video and it just pops it over for you into a PDF.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so whoever listens to this recording and feels like they want to take that on, feel free.
Okay. All right, you guys, we're gonna end for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I really love the sharing. Thank you.